All right, it's Wednesday afternoon, and it's time to talk football. And the first podcast will be as I talk Ingleside Mustangs football. And on the screen, I have our head man here, athletic director, head football coach for the Ingleside Mustangs, Coach Travis Chrisman. Coach, how you doing?
All right, Gabe, how about yourself?
I'm doing great, Coach. Always excited about Wednesday. Get to talk football. And the Mustangs were on the road this past Friday at Beeville. As a fan, as a spectator, because I'm no coach, just love doing this. I saw going into this game, Coach, that it was going to be very competitive. It was going to be a good game. I thought it was. We were in that game till the very end. Unfortunately, we come up a little short, 27-9. A better play here, play there. I thought would have been our way, but I do love the way we competed. And I thought to give us a chance against a school that's a little bigger, right? They have more kids than us. I thought we did fairly well, but just came up a little short. Coach, um, I know going in, we usually break it down. Sawyer
Teacher
Chalk
starting direction,
was
but
coming
if you're
into
still
this
holding
game
on to your
uh,
teacher
week three,
verification
28 carries,
enrollment, please send it
326
forward
total
with
yards,
a
seven
student.
TDs.
Thank
We
you.
knew that they were going to focus on him to try to stop him. And so I want to get your thoughts just on the game itself, but on the offensive side, just your thoughts on what we did and what they were able to do that just got us only to 9 points.
Yeah, I mean, put it simple, we did not play assignment football, and I thought we came out a little flat. We were able to string together a good drive early on and score. And On that drive, we did what we were supposed to do. Not making excuses at all. We did. I mean, we straight up did not play well enough to win. I thought our defense did a really good job. Our defense did a really good job keeping us in the game. But unfortunately, we need all three phases of the game to win, and we were lacking a little bit in special teams execution as well. And offensively, we were nearly completely one dimensional. Did not throw the ball very well, and again, and just missed quite a few assignments across the board. I mean, it was everybody. It wasn't just one person. We did not play well. And no excuses made. We've got to be better. We're going to be better, and we're looking forward to turning over a new leaf and getting back on the right track this week.
That's exactly what we can do. And I thought even, we were within striking distance the whole game. And you could see, especially in that second half, you saw us consistently get a couple of first downs. We were moving the ball very
Mhm.
well. And then, whatever the reason, right, we just couldn't finish that drive. But I thought we did some really good things that we can take from this game, moving ahead into next week, which we'll talk about with Coach here in a bit. But, Coach, I want to jump to the passing game now because this is the first time that we've seen. I think they were focused on Sawyer. They knew what they had to do. They knew what we wanted to come in. So I thought the defense did a good job of focused their defense on our
Mhm.
run game. But moving forward, that passing game is going to be important. What have you seen from week one to week three, going into week four, as far as our passing game, and what you think we still need to improve on moving forward?
Yeah, no, I thought that in weeks 1 and 2 we did an okay job in our passing game. We're still looking to improve. It's not we don't have an experienced veteran quarterback back there, which is fine. He's really good at running the ball, but obviously we've got to present a dual threat guy. Otherwise, we're just going to get stacked boxes, and they're going to say we dare you to throw. So we're concentrating on right now creating situations for him to make him successful and work these high completion percentage throws. And he's done a good job these past 2 days of attacking it, and challenged him over the weekend to put a greater emphasis on it. And so right now too, what we're going to do is, in that second half too, I mean, Sawyer played over 100 total snaps in the game. And so that's quite a bit. So, I mean, he's got dead legs, dead arms, dead everything, because he's doesn't come off the field. So right now we're going to look at pulling him off a little bit off of defense. That way we're a little more fresh on the offensive side, and we've got fresh legs and fresh minds, and not near as tired. We feel like we've got enough depth to fill in right now. And so taking that approach to him, and like I said, we challenged ourselves to just one up how we've been practicing, and take a more focused approach, and just focus on getting better every day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Love that. Love that. And I think we're going to do. I'm loving, Coach, what I'm seeing from the team going into week 4. You talked earlier about the defense. I'm really, really excited about this defense. I didn't know what to expect from the defense, coming in, but in 3 weeks, they have been
They're playing
outstanding.
really well.
Absolutely. Coach Hawk, kudos to him and all of
Yep.
his assistants on the job. These guys are hustling, they're hitting,
Yep.
they're taking it to the opponents. And I wanted to focus a little bit on 2 players. I know it's a team, and definitely as we continue to move, we'll talk about others. But, Coach, just looking at the stats from the first 2 games, I just picked these 2 guys that they stood out to me. Number 15, I think he's our outside linebacker,
Yep.
Isaac Freeman, 16 total tackles. That guy's everywhere. Just wanted you to talk a little bit about him. What are you seeing from him from start to where we're at now?
I mean, Isaac is a really, really good athlete. I mean, and he was more of a fill-in player. He did play defense last year, but wasn't a continuous starter. But man, he had a really good offseason, had a really good summer, and he got faster, got stronger, and has really taken the reins of that outside linebacker spot and has been a really just a force for us out there. And on top of that, he doesn't get a ton of credit, much like offensive lineman too, because he plays a lot of tight end for us too. That dude rarely comes off the field, and he is never asking for a break. He is ready to go, and so he's just a tough kid who gets after it. He's a smart football player. He's rangy. He's fast. Not afraid of contact. So I mean, he's everything you want in that position.
Yeah, he's definitely not scared of contact. He goes after it, I tell you. And the other guy that really stood out to me and has been really, really great thus far this season for us, and had a safety, I believe, against Beeville, and that's number 52, Javier Solis. I love this kid, love his energy, I love watching him. Gets excited, but he gets in there. He's big for us defensively. Defensive end, I believe, defensive
Yes.
tackle. He's got 11 total tackles now. He's big time for that defense. Talk a little bit about him and just what you've seen from start to now.
No, Javi's done a really good job too. Javi had a good season for us last year, and he's continued to develop and become a force down there for us. He's absolutely one of our staples down there on the D line. Tenacious football player down there in the trenches, and is again not scared of anything. Doesn't care who he goes against. He's bringing everything he has to every single play, and so that tenacious effort is what has been kind of the collective of our defense. I feel like our defensive line has been really, really good these first 3 games. Not getting, establishing the line of scrimmage or rushing the quarterback or coming off a block, getting a tackle for a loss, like you said, getting a safety against Beeville. Coach Pina and Coach Jimenez have done a really, really good job coaching those guys.
Yeah, it's exciting. Every week we come in there. They started off the season great with that shutout, and every week you can almost count these guys are going to come to play.
Yep.
And offense scores a lot of points, right? Defense wins championships, man. That's what I hear. And we've got a great defense this year. Mustang fans, if you haven't come out to watch a game or you haven't tuned in to the Indy Sports Network, you really need to check it out. Support the Mustangs through either one, because this defense is really, really good. And we don't talk a lot about them. And Coach, I wanted to focus a little bit on those guys. Next week, we'll definitely pick 2 more, maybe go on the offensive side. But loving what I'm seeing from these guys defensively as we move forward. And, of course, the Mustangs will take on Banquete at home. Coach, before I go to that, are both of these Solis and are they seniors or are they underclassmen?
Both Solises are seniors.
And Freeman is also
Senior.
Okay, so they're both seniors. So Mustang fans, we got a home game on Friday against the Banquete Bulldogs, and we'll get Coach's thoughts on that. But Coach also wanted to talk about the other levels of football. And I know this week possibly our JV will be traveling to Banquete, but I don't think they have a freshman team. So where's our freshman going?
Well, we're combining our roster. We weren't able to find another game this week, and we're combining that roster. And yeah, they'll both travel to Banquete tomorrow.
To Banquete. Great. And what did we see from them last week on Thursday against Robson? I think our JV, did they win?
Let's see. Against Beeville last week, JV
Beeville,
lost, and the freshman won.
Freshman won. So that freshman, what's their record? Are they still undefeated?
They are 3-0.
3-0. Wow, that is great. I know you've talked a lot about them and how excited you are about that group, and they're off to a great start, 3-0. And then let's go jump on to the middle school. Or where are we at there with the middle school?
Played last night. They played Robstown last night. 7th and 8th grade did. 7th grade was in it for the majority of the game, and then Robstown kind of pulled away from them in the late third and into the fourth quarter. Unfortunately, the 7th graders lost that one, and then the 8th graders turned around and beat Robstown, I believe, 26-0.
Yeah, they got the shutout, the 8th graders. The 7th graders, I believe, lost only 8-0. Is that correct? I'm not sure if I got that right.
No, I thought they scored. No, they scored. It was, I think it was 16 to 6, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't put the score down here, but I kind of remember reading up on
it.
No,
they did score, though. They didn't get shut out.
That's good. And again, you're looking at all phases of our levels here. We're going into week 4. I think we're doing good in every level of football. And I think for a fan, you want to see us continue to get better. Excited about the rest of the season. We're getting real close here in the district, which is going to be a great district. Some great teams: Ingleside, Rockport, Fulton, Sinton, Cuero, Robstown. It's going to be great. Every Friday is going to be a must-watch game. You got to come with your A game because you can be beat by any team. All of these teams have great coaches, good players, so you got to come with it. And so far, the Ingleside Mustangs 2-1 going into Banquete here on Friday. Coach, what time does that game start? Is that 7 or 7:30?
7:30.
7:30. So you got some time to get out of work. You're not in such a hurry. It's a home game. Definitely come on out. Let's pack the stands. I've been real excited about seeing a lot of people down there on our home games. But if you can't make it, if you're in college, alumni, family members, you live too far, no worries. You can catch the game on the MPND Sports Network. TJ Riddell commentates that game for us, and I think he's doing a great job. He brings the energy, Coach. He brings the energy. Oh, God, he brings the energy.
Yep.
I love what he's doing. Before we get Coach's thoughts on the Banquete game, I do want to say that it is Mustang. Is it Mustang night? Little Mustang night?
Yeah, it's like youth night.
It's like youth night there on Friday, where our future Mustangs will be able to, I think, run out of the tunnel. They come out. It's big time for them. I have gotten and will be reaching out to our league president there in Ingleside, Eric Rogers. I've got his number. I'm going to call him over the weekend. I'm hoping to be able to get him on and some of those head coaches for our divisions to kind of show some recognition to our future Mustangs, see what they're doing at all levels, freshmen, sophomore, juniors, and seniors. So I'm looking to make contact with him this weekend, and then hopefully he can come on some of the coaches once a week where we can talk our future Mustangs. So definitely looking forward to that. And then I saw also where the varsity, they go around classes and they take photos with some of the teachers. And we have, I think, for the first 3 weeks, I wanted to recognize the teachers here on the Coach Chrisman podcast. And that's week 1, Mr. Groseclose, who I know personally, who loves sports and plays sports when he was in school. Week 2, Ms. Knobles, and week 3, Mr. Mansker. So, Coach, how do they go about that? How do they become teachers of the week? Is that something that the football players do the voting on, or how does that happen?
Yeah, it's completely voted on by the varsity kids. So it's we redo it. We revote every week on every Thursday after we finish our walkthrough, and they get to pick, just kind of who they think has had the most impact on them that week, and it's usually there's usually a good discussion about it, and a lot of opinions thrown around, and why we need to pick so and so, and why we need to pick so and so, and then we got to narrow it down, and we almost bracket it every week, I feel like, and and we feel like it's a good opportunity to recognize those teachers that don't always get recognized, and how much they impact our guys and how important they are to their development as well in the classroom. And so what we do is we give them that banner to hang in their classroom for the entirety of the week as a thank you, and then we revote and give it to somebody new the following Friday.
And that's awesome. I'm glad they do that. Gets the kids involved, gets the teachers involved. But I've been watching a couple of weeks, and I didn't know if it was going to continue. I said, I think this is going to go all season. So wanted to put them out there and recognize those teachers, and we'll continue to do that every week that it's posted up there. And you can definitely hear who that teacher is here on the Coach Travis Chrisman weekly podcast. Now, Coach, the game coming up Friday, Banquete coming in with a record, I believe, of 2-1. They have wins over Freer and Pettis, two smaller schools. I took the loss to Yorktown. Don't know much about Yorktown, but just what do you know about Banquete in terms of this coming up Friday, our next opponent?
Well, what I know is that we have the same record, and regardless of who they've played, regardless of who we've played, we've got to be ready. We got to be ready to bounce back from what we didn't do against Beeville. So we're challenging our guys every single day in practice, at every meeting in the weight room, whatever we're doing, that we're got to be locked in and ready to go, because we cannot take anybody lightly. They've got a couple playmakers that can run away from you too. And so we've just got to make sure that we stay home, do our job, and do what we're coached to do. And then as coaches, we got to put our guys in the best situation to prevent scores and to get scores. So everybody's been challenged this week, coaches included, and we're looking forward to hopefully bouncing back.
Absolutely, Coach. And before I let you go and give you the final word here, the injuries. How are we with injuries? Is everyone healthy? I don't know how much you can say there, but
yeah,
are we healthy?
I will say this: we did lose. Unfortunately, we lost one of our linemen, waiting on an MRI back, but more than likely is going to be out for the season with a knee injury.
Oh man,
Martinez.
Man, that's always, you never want to hear that.
Yep.
And unfortunately, injuries happen. But outside of that player, we're healthy. We're coming back. And like Coach said, the records really don't matter, and they don't. We got to come out here and continue to get better, as district is just around the corner. And as I said earlier, this district is really, really tough. All teams are very competitive. And I think they're going to beat each other up here in the district.
Yep.
So definitely this is another tune-up for us to get ready to play well defensively and offensively, continue to work on the things that we need to as district approaches here soon. Coach, is our bye week the very last game? The last week? Oh God. So we don't even get a break. We got to go straight to the very end.
Yep.
Well, we'll see how that works out for us. But Coach, I just wanted to take this time. You're doing a great job. I know you're the head man. What we're seeing here in Ingleside last year and this year has been great. It all starts with you. You're the head man, but also some of these assistant coaches that we don't talk a lot about. And I'm going to pick one out starting next week as we get closer to district, and have Coach also not only bring out the players, but have Coach Chrisman talk about their assistants, one on offense and next week one on defense, to recognize these coaches, because the success that we're having and that we've had starts with Coach Chrisman, obviously, but you wouldn't be able to do that without some of these great assistants. So definitely, Coach, want to start next week, pick one and have you just kind of talk about them. But definitely we're going to be out there again. If you can't make it out there, I mean, we want you out there supporting the Mustangs, but if you can't, support them through our MPND Sports Network. We'll be there. We'll come live about 7:15. That's on our MPND Sports Network Facebook page. Coach, any final thoughts? Anything you want to add before we let you go?
I don't think so. I think we're good. Just like I said, looking to bounce back. Got humbled a little bit, and come firing out on Friday.
Absolutely. Looking forward to getting that win and going 3-1. See you on Friday, Coach.
All right. Thanks, Gabe.
Yes, sir. Thank you.